We made the process very simple. Is this going to be like a parent pad? Is it going to be a guest nest?
Working with a builder like Apex Homes is so crucial.
This one is a very unique product. Not only are we allowing them to be able to access the equity that they have in it, there's going to be a fixed rate.
We put it out there that is from $25,000 minimum to $500. There is no upfront cost fees. We will waive all the upfront cost fee as long as you keep the loan 36 months.
Hi everybody, this is Amy with Apex Homes, and today I'm with two amazing people. We have Anna and AJ here from Meriwest Credit Union. Anna is the Business Development Officer and AJ is a Director. We're going to talk about the new ADU loan program that Meriwest has. I'm so excited today to talk about it. Anna, do you want to share a little bit about yourself, how you got to this position and, maybe some things that you do outside of your career as well?
It's been a new journey for me with Meriwest. It's been an amazing journey. I come from a 20-year background of mortgage finance. Love it. Lots of work, lots of fun, but my background really is about having fun times with family. So I have adult children, and my husband and I love to hike.
Nice.
So we try to hike as much as possible, but my hiking is about 10 minutes of complaining about the hike, and then at the end, I love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, for those new hiker, I'm a new hiker from COVID.
So you're pretty active. Active.
Try to be.
Nice.
Try to be.
Awesome. Yeah, Anna's very involved with the community and always at a lot of events, so we love working with her. So thank you for always,
Thank you.
hanging out with us. We enjoy it. AJ, we'd love to hear your background.
Absolutely. Well, I've been in this business for the last 28 years now.
Wow.
Well, I've worked in the larger banks like the Wells Fargos and Chases and Tri-Counties. The last 10 years have been very, very fulfilling because I was at Meriwest Credit Union. Mm-hmm. And the exciting part about being part of Meriwest Credit Union is the fact that you really can make an impact. Mm-hmm. You're not another number, your values, whatever you're providing really makes a difference.
Yeah.
And that's why, like when Anna and I were sitting at one time and looking at the spectrum of this, the needs for the city and how we're going to be able to leverage the ADUs, we said, why don't we create a program for that? And it was literally grassroots. We started talking about it, we brought it up, and voila, we have a whole product.
Yeah.
You see, so it's really exciting to be part of an organization that really cares, that really wants to understand what's happening in our community. It's the local community, right? Mm-hmm. Asking local folks out there and really saying, what makes a difference for you? And then we come up with a program.
That's awesome. Yeah, so today we're going to talk about, it's called the ADU Loan Fast program, right?
Yep. It's technically Home Fast ADU loan program.
Okay,
Yeah.
Home Fast ADU Loan program.
Just to show you, this is how official we are.
Yes, and
with
you got
with
this
a
too.
yes, with our button, with our leveler and everything else.
Home Fast, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So when did this program first start in terms of getting it up and running? Did it just happen? Has it been going on? Give us some background details and what's in the make.
Yeah, so really we started talking about this, I want to say in May. And, usually with larger banks, it can take a year to develop. We are big enough, but we're nimble enough to be able to launch this just September 15th. Ooh. So really under 4 to 5 months is amazing.
Yeah.
And to know that we can contribute towards affordable housing and just giving a meaningful way for someone to finance what their investment could look like or family members that want to move in.
Yeah.
So the whole purpose of this is to help for more affordable housing.
Yeah, I love it. More affordable housing. House values around here are super crazy. Yes. Rent is really high as well. So I love how we're able to work together, and a lot of our clients have been going to you as well. So thank you for that. I love to kind of get into, if somebody's interested, we talk with a lot of different clients. How do they start? What's the process for doing the loan?
Yeah, we made the process very simple. We do have specialists like Anna. I think I would start with somebody like her, really just trying to get a gist of what are you trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
And, because is this going to be a escape pod? Is this going to be like a parent pad? Is it going to be a guest nest? What is this going to be?
Yeah.
And then, of course, we're going to be tailoring it accordingly. So once she gets an idea of what you're looking for, because somebody like Anna has access not only to the finance, but she also has access to the builders like yourself, right? And she's able to like marry the two of them and really come up with a solid, seamless structure for you, right?
Yeah.
Because a member or a customer, we call them members in our world, what they are really interested in is the ADU,
Yeah.
right? They are interested in having that extra space. And somebody like Anna is going to make it simple for her. So you connect with Anna, and then she is the conduit to bring you in there, to bring our finance folks out there, to make sure there aren't any stipulations that we cannot overcome. So, and Anna would give you her number after the fact, but we will do it there. But she would be the person
Okay.
who would be starting.
So it all starts with Anna.
And an amazing team. Our
Yeah.
business development team is amazing. We're very well versed in it. And I think it's more so working with a builder like Apex Homes is so crucial for that partnership, because then the customer sees the whole picture,
Yeah.
right? The financing starts first. So really understanding what equity they have, where are they at in the process, and then give them the preparation of paperwork. The great thing about our program is that it doesn't take too long. They can get the initial pre-approval within 15 days.
Wow.
Now, waiting for permits and plans, that can take a little longer. However, that's why it's so important to work with a builder like Apex,
Yeah.
because you guys are all set, you know, you're vetted. And I think that's so important for someone to know that they have both partners in play.
Got it. Can you also share, so what locations do you have for your offices? Where do people have to live to use this program? Because we have clients that are everywhere. We're in Sunnyvale today filming, but can you share a little bit about that?
Absolutely. We are located in southern South Bay, right? So our headquarters on Chesbrough by Blossom Hill area. But, we have 11 locations around the South Bay here, all the way from Mountain View down to we'll be opening our newest branch in Morgan Hill in December.
Nice.
So we are very, very excited about that. But what is exciting about working with somebody like us is we have ways to help our members become members. If they are either living, working, or worshiping in our community, the 5 counties that are surrounding us, then they will be able to do that. But even those that are beyond that, we have a program that allows them to actually become members.
Yeah.
And I can go into more details about it as soon as, of course, they connect with us. But as I said, I don't think you should limit yourself based on where you are.
Okay.
I think our objective really is to make sure that you have access to the right information.
Yeah.
And like somebody working in our business development team would be able to provide that to you.
Yeah, I mean, really, our Home Fast ADU loan program is made for California, so the whole part of California.
Got it.
As AJ had mentioned, there's certain counties where you live and you work and you worship, but there are programs that you can utilize that you're outside of those 5 counties.
Okay. Awesome. So pretty flexible.
Very
working with a
flexible,
big,
yeah.
big crowd.
Yeah.
Okay. I have some frequently asked questions here about the ADU loan program, so we're going to dive into it. Number 1, is this only for ADU loans, or is it also possible for renovations as well?
Great question. Well, it is only for ADU.
Okay.
Renovations, we do have a great home equity or loans or HELOCs that you can utilize, but this is only for ADUs, whether it's attached, a conversion, or a detached, but it is made for, what is that? ADU, it's called additional.
Additions?
Yes, additions.
Okay, so the loan program is for ADUs only, no
Right.
renovations, but
Correct.
also you can do additions
Yeah.
and extensions.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. We have a lot of clients who they don't have enough room to do the ADU in their backyard. They can do an attached
Yes.
ADU.
And the exciting part about this is very unique to the ADU, right? Because that's why we built it for that.
Yeah.
But we have programs across all channels.
Okay.
Right? Depending on what they want to do. If they just want to be able to pull money out, we have a program for that. And many of the folks do have a full home equity line of credit. But this one is a very unique product.
Yeah.
Where, not only are we allowing them to be able to access the equity that they have in it, but it's going to be a fixed rate.
Yeah.
And we can talk more about this, right? Because a lot of the people are concerned about, hey, what is my payment going to be? Is it going to be fluctuating? Or is it going to be the same?
Yeah.
Do I have time to be able to invest in it initially? So we factor all that in and really created this that was very unique just to the ADUs.
Yeah.
But as Anna was saying, we have other programs that will really help leverage any of our members in any of the directions that we'd like to see.
Okay, amazing. Awesome. Number 2 is, do you lend above $500,000?
So we do. I know that, we put it out there that is from 25,000 minimum to 500, but there are some unique parts where people want to build second levels or on a bigger lot or a higher value. So we do. It's on an exception basis.
Okay.
As long as you have the combined loan to value equity in play, then absolutely we have that discussion
Got it.
and tell you a little bit more about what that is and what you can lend up to.
Got it. Yeah, so one of our clients actually in San Jose, they're building a detached ADU in the back. It's a 749 square feet ADU. They have their main house in the front, and then they also have in plans permits to build a duplex in the middle.
Nice.
2-story duplex. So in total, they'll have 3 units that they're building. So I think that
Yes.
could be something you can maybe help out with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what the whole point is for us to understand what that project is. And they're improving on the property, whether it's for investment or for primary. We definitely want to take a look at as a whole to be able to customize what their needs are. And working with a builder like yourself, that's so important, right?
Yeah.
That we're all in talks.
We're all on the same team and working
Exactly.
together.
Exactly.
They can build up to 4 units. What Anna was saying earlier is very relevant, right? We are big enough to be relevant, but small enough to be nimble. So we work with somebody like yourself. We work with our clients and members. We want to make sure that money is not going to be a constraint for them. We want to make sure that their dream is going to be validated, all right? So we work with different tools, and we will make sure that it's going to be available to our members.
Yep.
Got it. Amazing. So why is this loan different from a HELOC or a home equity loan?
Oh my gosh, so much. So a HELOC is an adjustable variable rate. And when it's a variable, it really fluctuates based on the prime rate index, which is great. However, with the prime rate as it right now, it's a little high and it's uncertain, right? A HELOC is interest only, which is great again, but then after a certain time where you want to pay towards principal, you still can, but it's still a variable. This loan is unique because not only that is amortized over 25 years, which is one of the longest home equity loan terms out there, but also the fact that the first year, we know while you're building that you want to reduce your funds and able to hold on for building projects. So we're going to make that an interest-only payment on a fixed for 5.99%.
Wow.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
That's one of the lowest in the industry.
Right.
Wow.
The lowest in the industry, fixed for 1 year. After that, it'll be a principal and interest for the next 24 years. And the rate is going to vary from the time that you lock us in. As of today, September 29th, it's at 7% APR.
Wow.
So, and get this, I don't know about you, but if you decide maybe it's great for me to go get a second mortgage and so on, which you can, however, this loan, if it's under $399,000, there is no upfront cost fees. We will waive all the upfront cost fee as long as you keep the loan for 36 months. And I hope you do. But overall, no upfront cost fees.
Okay, so first year is interest only. You said 5.9%, and this is over a 25-year period.
Yep.
Wow, that's and then you said after that first year, it will transfer over into principal and
Interest for 24 years, and that's a locked-in rate. It doesn't adjust.
Yeah.
Where home equity doesn't adjust either, but you don't get that first year as an introduction of interest only.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one of the most common statements I get from the clients is interests are so high, like I can't take anything out. It just doesn't work out. I have my current mortgage that I have to worry about and things like that. So they always bring up that interest rate.
They do.
Yeah.
Well, because I mean, most of us here, our interest rate on our first could be 2 or 3 or 4%. Who wants to refinance
Yeah.
that? It's such a great rate. So we give it additional option,
Yeah.
and this is fixed.
I think maybe what's really important also is even like knowing how much you're going to be paying, right? The interest rates, just like she said, is 7%, but letting the member know this is going to be a fixed cost, fixed amount that you'll be paying.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about the fluctuations. You don't have to worry about additional fees. If it is under $399, of course, there's literally no fees associated at all. Especially if you're not going to be closing in the first 36 months. That includes, for us to be able to do the valuations, like any of the other things that would be required. So this is all taken in.
Yeah. Sounds like Meriwest is very upfront with communication and letting the client know, all the numbers and there's no surprises. So
Yes.
gonna have a whole plan for them.
Yeah, we want to list all the expectations and what the process is so you don't have to worry. Giving everyone an upfront of, hey, here's what to expect. This is how we work with your builder. And this is how, really once you get your permits and you have your plans, the money goes to the consumer to go ahead and start their process.
Nice. I love it. Okay, so let's see. Is this loan used for 5 units and above? No.
We do have a great commercial division that can help with
Yeah.
that, but this is only 4 units and below.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, and do I have to be the owner on the property to use this loan?
So, yes, you do. You have to be the owner. Now, can you vest in an LLC or a trust? You can, but for the purpose of the loan, you're guaranteeing as an actual person, an individual, and is not as an entity. So my recommendation, if you have anything on a trust right now or LLC, we will have to let you know that you might need to come off of that to personally guarantee the loan, and then once you close, you'll be able to add on your trust as well as your LLC or what have you. But you have to personally guarantee this loan.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there a prepayment penalty if I pay off the loan?
Drum roll.
No.
Right? You can prepay it off, right? But the reality is you can't close the loan, right? You have to leave it open for 3 years.
Okay.
And that is just to help us recoup some of the fees that we have already paid to this loan, right? But there is no prepayment penalty as such.
Okay.
So if you win the lottery, you can pay it off, just leave it. No, just
close
kidding.
Awesome. You can build more ADUs if you win the lottery. Okay. And then we already talked about how there's no other upfront costs for this ADU loan. So those are the frequently asked questions that I kind of went through. Maybe AJ, you already shared your process. Maybe I can ask Anna. Let's say I have a client just called today. They're interested in building an ADU. What's the next step? Do I connect them with you and they meet you in person, get on a phone call? How do you typically work at Meriwest?
Yes.
Yeah.
So technically, they can connect with myself or any one of our 4 business development officers. And we're going to get an intake and a discovery. What that really means is understanding what they're looking to do. What's their time frame. And from that, we will now customize what their needs are. So for clients that says, hey, I am ready to go. I'm working with Apex Homes and I'm in that process. Great. Let's get you started with an application. Let's get you started with all the documents that you need. And then we'll get you into underwriting. And of course, this is all going to be taken care of for underwriting within 10 to 15 days. And funding is all based on permits as well as plans. So just to know that, that's how it starts. But if you're wondering and you don't know, we're still there going to be able to help you. If you don't have fees to pay for permits, or if you don't have upfront fees to pay certain deposits and so on, we have ancillary products that's going to help before the ADU funds. We have amazing additional products that's going to help to get you additional funds if you don't want to take it out from your savings, selling your stocks, or waiting on money that you anticipate to get. So you can start the project as soon as possible, and we'll give you that solution. And our team is amazing to do that.
Got it. Okay. I have some clients who their credit score isn't that great. Are there any ways that you can help them, or any programs to try to get that up and still qualify for the loan maybe later in the future? Or have you run into that?
Well, I know with, most HELOCs or HELoans, the current credit scoring needs to be, at most banks, is 680 and above. We do have great HELOCs and HELoans for score that's even at 640. It really pertains to their loan to value. That's going to be important, and their debt to income. So debt to income and loan to value is huge besides credit score. So we'll take a look at what's best, and we'll let them know. Do we have a fix-it program for credit repairs? We don't. But we're definitely going to help you go through the different credit bureaus to understand what you can do to help to improve your score through those credit bureaus. But most importantly, 3 factors. Your debt to income is going to be important. Your combined loan to value, which is also known as CLTV, and of course, your credit score is going to be in value.
Got it. Okay. Amazing. So I wanted to ask you some fun questions. You've been in the business for some time now. I was wondering, do you have kind of a memorable story or family that you helped work with? Whether it's building an ADU or doing some type of home renovation, any special story? We can start with you, Anna, if you like.
Yeah. Well, so I have a renovation story. I had a client that really wanted to renovate and work within their means. And I don't know about you, but once you get dreaming of what it looks like, the means kind of sort of flourish and it gets bigger, right? Not that they didn't have the money, it's just they wanted to spend a certain amount, but going through the steps, and they wanted the addition to better flooring or better cabinetry or what have you, it flexed a little higher. And they were still in the process, and they were asking, can we get more? Because we have a lot of equity, but again, our debt to income might not be well. So we were able to do an exceptions for that. And I think that's very important when we've in the discovery phase, is to understand what the needs are. And again, things change, right? So when things change in the midst of the process, when the fund's all over or you're closed already, can we do something else? Maybe, so always let us know. And the fun story about that is they were looking to spend $200,000. They end up spending $300,000. A lot more, but I love the spouse. She said, but I saved us a lot of money. Right? In the long term. And the husband was like, wow, you saved money. I'm like, well, yeah, long term.
Long term. That's a big jump.
Right? Huge.
Great.
So that's my fun story.
Awesome.
I'm not sure if it is a fun story, but I'll tell you a story about this person, right? She's a cousin of mine. She owns this home. She owns it like it's worth a lot of money. She cannot live there by herself and her husband. And she cannot sell it because if she sells it, there's this property taxes and stuff. So she was just in this predicament as to how she's going to be able to not even pay as much taxes and be able to move into a place where she can actually benefit from. So her husband and her, and this is actually in Sacramento, and they built an ADU. They built an ADU and they moved into that ADU. Right now they have small enough place for them to be able to do what they like to do. And they rented the other place, their main home. And this, whatever rental they're getting, because they love to travel, just like me. And they're my traveling buddies out there. So for whatever they're getting out there, they use that to travel the world. So they saved 2 ways. Of course, they built this. They appreciated the value of the home itself. But more importantly, they had this extra source of income that was coming to them instead of having to sell it and then moving into something else. Because their mortgage is very, very low, the mortgage
Yeah.
rate that they had. So this was a win-win for all of them.
Yeah.
And she is so excited about the fact that she had this ADU built. She's built this just a few months ago, and now
Okay.
she's already using that. It's already rented out. And
Oh,
Nice. I actually have quite a few clients who are doing the same thing. They're building it because they say, I don't need this 2,000 square feet, 2-story house. My kids are out the nest. I want to go travel, eat good food, and come back and still have a place to stay.
exactly what she was saying.
Yeah. And also live in the neighborhood they've lived for so
Yes.
long, and that's so important that they're around their friends still.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like that.
And then a lot of them, they build it like for their kids. It's multi-generation, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And so they want to live close by to your point out there, and at the same token have their own privacy.
Yeah.
Yes. Definitely. A
Yeah,
lot of
empty
multi-
nester syndrome.
I'm getting there right there.
Awesome. Okay. Cool. Your perspective, what makes ADUs an attractive investment for both the homeowners and the lender?
I think it's a win-win situation because one, as a homeowner, you'll be able to utilize the space, whether it's for yourself, for your family, or for your children, and you're updating your property. So the worth that is going to come with that, because most homeowners in the Bay has a lot of equity. And, if you do a renovation for addition, which is great, but imagine you have a detached, so it's for privacy, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's a huge plus. For the investment side, wow. When you rent out an ADU, it's going to give you wonderful cash flow. And, as mentioned before, you have consumer that wants to live in a smaller unit, but where do they move to? So do they rent out their primary, their main home, or they rent out the ADU? And the value property is going to go up. So that's really going to help you to attain more for what you want for financing, right? And also just overall property value is huge. And to utilize the cash flow from investment is a smart choice when it comes to getting more of your property. Yeah.
Got it. You say
And the lenders get excited, right? The lenders get excited because the value appreciates. The value of the home appreciates because this is one asset that you're putting that is going to make your house worth more. So when you're talking about the CLTV after the fact, actually it's going to be higher.
Yes.
And, so from lenders, we love these,
Yeah.
right? We absolutely love this. And from the customers or the members' perspective, it's adding value, right? It's all about adding value, whether it's going to be adding value to your family, it's adding value to your profitability, it's adding value to your community, right? There's all these things that you're adding value to. So it's literally a win-win situation. And this is one product that we all get very excited about.
Yeah.
We all get very excited.
Yeah, and some of my clients, they actually are thinking about whether they should build a smaller ADU or just try to max out if they have enough space. So I try to explain to them, thinking in the long term, what's your goal, right? Because if you build that ADU and you plan it right in the middle and it's a smaller unit, and you want to come back and build something larger later, it's a little bit difficult to kind of do that. A lot of different options. We kind of walk through the plan together and what they financing and investment.
And that's so important, right? To get to know the consumer and what their true needs are.
Yeah.
And I think once they give us that perspective, we'll help to really map it out for them. And that's why I say about customizing, because everyone has a very unique feature. My children, when they were young, they asked, Mom, what do you do? And I can never say mortgage because they didn't understand that. But I say, I problem solve every day. And that is problem solve of how can I make your dreams come true? How do I get this financial sort of bundled up and give it to you? And I think ADU is so important right now is because where else can you get an ADU built under 400,000 and rent it out for 3,500 or even 3,000 or even 2,000. You can't really. I mean, to buy a property in San Jose, the average San Jose property is $1.6 million for a single family residence. Right. So just to know that. So I think it's such an added value for everyone. And that's why I call it a win-win.
Yeah. And recently with AB 1033, we were able to sell an ADU separately. So I'm curious, what are your opinions on, now that that's possible, how does it affect your, sector?
It is exciting.
Yeah.
It is exciting. I think what's really good about what's happening right now is San Jose is at the, they're the trailblazers, right? They're looking at other options. Of course, the city officials are looking at it from student perspective. Of course, as lenders, we have some concerns about it. But at the end of it all, we want to be able to provide what it is that makes the best sense, right? What is it, condolizing these things is going to be one of the ways that we look at this. But as my boss would put it, right, I think it all depends. It all really depends, right? As a matter of fact, we will be at the trailblazers. We will be one of the trailblazers. We would work with whatever is coming our way.
And then there's SB9, which
Yes.
is split your lot
Yeah.
still build. Yeah.
Exactly. Because this is going to be super exciting. So we will be looking at it. I know that as exciting as it is, there are certain things that we'll have to work through and let it come more.
Yeah, it's definitely new.
Well, it's new, and I think the lending industry is looking at different ways to accommodate, because affordable housing is such a huge niche right now, and it's on everybody. And I wouldn't say even a niche, it's really reality, right? Is it affordable?
Yeah.
And I gotta say, with Alpha X and with what you're doing at Apex Homes, to be really the forefront to do all of this and working with the city so much, I know that they get excited when I talk to city official. The first thing is, have you heard about Apex? Have you heard about Alpha X? I'm like, matter of fact, I have. And it's great to know that you are such a huge advocate for this. And I think everybody's need for affordable housing is so needed here, because we have a lot of community people that is not high tech. They have teachers and first responders and social workers that needs the space to build that community. And without housing, where do people go?
Yeah.
So it's a great way for you guys to really work through and help everybody out.
Yeah, especially some of the generations that have been working for over 20, 30, 40 years so hard and still having a difficult time purchasing their first house and providing housing to their kids. So I'm excited that now there's a lot more options.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we always say it here, in the Bay Area, you are so real estate rich. You can be sitting on a lot that's worth millions of dollars. But what do you get out of it if you don't sell it, if you don't refinance it, if you don't get a home equity line or a HE loan? What are you doing with it? So now there's an avenue to add more living space, and to be able to rent it out as needed, or have their family to move back home. What a great place to finally, that's multi-generation that we're talking about. They're coming back home and can live in the most expensive city in the world, probably.
Yeah, and a lot of clients are building the ADUs for their families, whether it's their older parents to, help take care of them, or for their kids who can't afford a $1.6 million house.
Right.
So,
Yeah, that's just San Jose. Cupertino, I think it's 3.4.
Yeah.
It's huge.
So, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
And I'm glad that you guys are the advocates for affordability, right? Whoever you talk to, like within the city and outside, you're always looking at, how do I make this affordable? And, it's very difficult for my kids to live here right now because, they come, they graduate, and now they have to go back. Now with this program, of course, it allows us to be able to build something that they can live in and kind of like make sure, hopefully, one day be able to afford something that's much bigger.
Yeah.
So it's all about the affordability right now. And you guys are such an advocate for that. And we want to be able to replicate that.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so Anna mentioned the permits, they have to get approved first, right? Before you can get the payment.
Right.
So we actually have, here at Apex Homes, we have the pre-approved plans in over 10 different cities. So we will work very closely with Meriwest to make sure that the client's timeline and everything's on track. That's one good thing. We're a great team.
Well, I love the fact that you guys are in the forefront and making sure every city has vetted you and see your plans. And I think that is such a huge accomplishment for a company to do, because not everyone does it.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of work behind it, and I appreciate it. And every of the clients that we've talked to that you have sent our way loves you guys. So
amazing.
it's a great partnership, and thank you so much for working with us.
Thank you. Yeah. So here at Apex Homes, we have everything in-house from the architects, civil engineers, structural engineers, construction team is in-house as well. So we're here to help, and we're super excited to help you get started. AJ, Anna, if people want to reach out to you, how do they connect with you?
Yeah. Well, for me, a phone call or a text is probably easiest.
Okay.
My number is 408-472-3309. And text me, call me. I'm here. I work 7 days a week. Not because I have to, it's because I love to.
Yes.
And the best way to get hold of me is my email. So just ELIAS@merriwest.com.
Awesome.
Love to be able to connect with you.
Thank you both so much
Thank
today
you for having
joining
us.
us.
We appreciate you.
It's fun.
Yes, come out and see us.
We look forward to it.
Thank you. Awesome.